What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Show. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with...
This is the police.
We're going to be picking up where we left off with, all my cops dying. Hopefully that it won't keep happening, because I'm running out of people to do shit in this game. But apparently it looks like Robespierre and the mayor, they're having their whole showdown. Milk factory buys milk from farmers at subsidized rate. What is a milk factory? Alright. Shooting gallery owner nearly shot by drunk client. Municipality to save on snow removal. Removal? I cannot speak. And one of my detectives didn't come into work today. Last few months I've been taking antidepressants. No. Come tomorrow. No. God damn it, stop drinking. Bad police. I'm serious. I would... who goes to their job and say, yeah, I drank way too much last night. I should go home. Who? Due to the difficult economic situation, we had to undertake a series of pension cuts as a cost-saving measure. We can't run the city into the ground for some lazy old people who can't take care of themselves. Every day, dozens of retirees come to us, threatening to arrange a protest. A large gathering of elderly people can be a furious situation. After all, we're talking about people in poor health. We can't let it happen. So those activists need to be sent packing to their vacation homes. The use of force is sanctioned if required. No, I don't like you, Mayor Rogers. You fucking deal with it. Please be informed that your employees have filed a formal complaint against you. We are gathering information, familiarizing ourselves with the circumstances of the case. No. Deal with it. A man attacked a mixed-race couple who were walking alone on the beach. All right.
412A in progress.
When a man tried to get away without paying, a taxi driver decided to teach the man a lesson. According to an eyewitness, the driver grabbed the guy by the collar, pulled him out of the car, and beat his ass. That's a... Tell me how it went down in so many words. A, B. All right. My other current investigations. Still got this homicide case.
414 in progress.
Mr. Boyd, the roof of my skyscraper is open to the public, and it has recently become a favorite spot to commit suicide. Already 3 people have jumped off. These incidents are ruining my building's reputations, and it's dreadfully difficult to clean the brains off of the expensive Spanish paving stones. Please send over a trained officer who can teach my guards to spot potential suicide among our visitors and how to negotiate with these nutcases, blah, blah, blah. We're going to send Baker because she's basically useless. Decorated veteran Andy Castro dragged his son out of the school and into the street and began to publicly punish him for secretly smoking. He beat the boy with a belt until he bled, knocked him to the ground, put his knee to the boy's chest, and force-fed him a carton of cigarettes. All right. That's a bit much, to say the least. The principal of the school called in the incident. The man lost his mind in the war, and it's looking like he might just kill the boy. The PE teacher tried to intervene, but the man pulled out a gun, made it clear that he didn't need any help parenting. Okay.
I was trying to raise 10 water, Sergeant Southpaw.
Might have made a mistake there. Yeah, we'll read those at the end of the day when we actually have our, we have all the frames. Or not all the frames, you know what I mean.
412 12A complete. 416 in progress.
All right, I got $2,000. Really? Even with all these guys, you couldn't catch the guy? Really?
414 complete.
Several people in an apartment complex have reported that their cats have gone missing in the stairwell. Carrie Martin, owner of 3 missing cats, just called in again to complain. This is the 7th time this month. We know there's some kind of crazy witch on the 2nd floor kidnapping these poor animals and doing terrible things to them. Please, please, you have to stop her. Okay? Mr. Wood, I'm trying to settle a small problem. My deputy, Paul Higgins, has unearthed some papers and could potentially hurt my career. He's threatening to blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll help you out if I can get the officers. I just don't have that many officers to send. There's a man running down the street with a syringe, pricking everyone he passes, claiming he has infected them with AIDS. I don't know why I said it like that, but okay.
1010A in progress.
A man with a Spanish accent just called in, threatening to blow up the bridge unless Freeburg Prison releases a group of freedom fighters he's calling his brothers. Sorry.
We've got a situation.
The man chased a girl into a telephone booth. She's holding the door closed, but the man has pushed his syringe-wielding arm into the booth. Shoot the man with a taser. It's always my go-to. Really? He escapes getting hit with a taser? Who are these super people?
416 complete.
Seriously, who are these super people that can just run away after getting tasered?
A complete. 311B in progress.
Yeah. I've almost got the officers. An actor started quarreling with the director during rehearsal. You have to cut off my head to put me in this ridiculous hat. The director couldn't give up, and a fight broke out after some of the actor's colleagues stood up for him. I must have misread something in there. Something didn't make sense to me. All right. Oh, jeez, this is long. Me and Alex were just having a quiet walk along the beach when some guy ran up and hit Alex in the back of the head with his fist. Alex fell down, and the man grabbed me by the hair, started yelling that I was a whore, or I was worse than a whore for laying down with a dark-skinned man. I tried to escape, but the freak held me tight. Then I saw he was wearing brass knuckles, and a blade flipped out of them, and he cut my cheek. The pain was really bad. He shouted something like, "Now everyone will know what you are, a slut with no soul." Then he ran. Blood was covering my face, but I saw he was headed toward the parking lot. Okay, so he... His fist. Okay, so that with the baseball bat, no. This one, probably. I didn't see anything. All I remember is a heavy blow to the back of my head. Then everything went dark. When I came to, I saw the ambulance and the police were here. The girl's cheek was cut with a small blade. The man was stunned by a powerful blow to the head. Judging by the bruise on the back of the man, struck him with brass knuckles. Around the crime scene, we found traces of blood and a baseball. Excuse me. I was just pulling into the park, and I saw a small gray-haired man quickly get into a rusty pickup truck. I noticed him in particular because his arm was covered in blood. I thought he must be really hurt. I wasn't surprised. This beach of ours, even in the winter, it's like a minefield of broken bottles. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't call that a pickup. I'd call that something else, but Thank you, Mr. Boyd. You should have seen the happy face of that idiot Higgins when your guy sat me in the police car. He won't be smiling for long. And as for my gratitude, a little bit of cash for your retirement party. And, of course, you can always count on my help if you need it. Okay. Well, that was worth 15 grand. Also, the other big help of that is the fact that, they talked about how we're being investigated by the labor union or something? How come I can't get this thing? I've got to be missing some scenes or something. Yeah, I've got to be missing some scenes or something for this one. Mostly because I don't have enough things that make sense.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Softball.
311 complete.
Why'd you call him back if you didn't need help? Hunting license prices double. Study energy vampires do exist. Squirrel Girl falls through ice and survives. Alright. You're tired? I can't. No, you're fine. No. She's out of energy. I'll say that. I'll agree with that at least. The one guy, he's like, well, I'm tired. Well, okay, deal with it.
In progress. 210 in progress.
Mr. Sahin demands that we arrest his waiter. The slant-eyed bastard stole the gold cigarette case that I got from my grandfather. For several hours, a dirty bum has been riding bus number 517. He's spreading his filth around all the rear seats. A woman offered him some money, but he started barking at her a bit and bit her hand several times. Okay. Please be informed that the employee complaint against you has been passed along to the prosecutor for further investigation. Fantastic. Well, that's why I tried to help the labor union, but apparently it didn't work.
A in progress.
Twister Strip Club, that's fantastic. A woman slipped into the VIP area and took a stripper hostage. She has a knife and she seems serious, the club bouncer said. Okay.
911.
Yeah, not surprised.
210.
Holy crap, this is what it... I forgot, this is what it feels like when you actually have officers to send people. Really? You couldn't catch the homeless guy on the bus? He's in a confined space. Sometimes these guys can't capture people that I just don't get how.
We've got a situation.
The stripper's on her knees and but except that's a dude. Whatever. Same side her is a woman with a knife. She slowly traces the blade along the stripper's cheek and begins shouting, "I will cleanse you of your sin."
710A.
You're kidding me. How? You have guns. She has a knife. How did two of you die? Really? You got the drop on her? How?
414 in progress. 411 in progress.
Wow. This game doesn't make sense sometimes. Mrs. Richardson decided to punish her son, for misbehaving at school. She made the boy dressed in a tutu, wig, lingerie, and women's shoes, and led him through the supermarket. The cashier called the police, saying, "There's a mother leading her son through the store, telling everyone to look and scolding her boy. Now he knows what it feels like. She's crazy. This woman shouldn't be allowed to be a mother. Come take the kid away." Yeah, we're gonna send some lower-ranked officers for that, but that's kind of funny. Some girls who were sunbathing on the beach. Why are they sunbathing if it's snowing? On the beach, saw a man tie a couple of bricks around his own neck and throw himself into the water. "Hurry," the girl screamed. "There's no one else here, and we don't know how to swim." Again, I can't believe I had 2 officers die in a situation where a guy had a knife. I get it. I believe there's some statistic that actually at, I believe, a distance of under 20 feet, a knife is deadlier than a gun on more, it's something like that. But still, you got a drop on her. How'd she charge you? And I want to know how she charged you and killed 2 people with a knife. My husband got to drinking the cheap brandy again and went out with some friends to the whores. Complained an angry Ida Martinez. "There's dozens of prostitutes over there, and your cops don't do anything. If you can't clean up the neighborhood, then I'll get in my car and smear those bitches on my bumper." Wow. See, now I'm running into my next issue. I actually have cops to send to things, but guess what? Nobody's fucking good at anything. Apparently, people are getting killed with knives. Every day I stop at the corner to buy some cigarettes, and every time some made-up whore with her tits out walks over to my car and offers me a little fun. I've called you guys 10 times already. Can you please run these whores off? An unidentified vandal has been targeting telephone booths, shattering the glass and pulling out the phones. Pawn shop owner Ernest Irwin called the cops, reporting that the vandal or vandals have already destroyed at least 4 booths. Some high school students were playing soccer after school. After school broke a window in Clara Jenkins' home. The woman, I think there should be a comma in that sentence somewhere. The woman flew into a rage. "This is the 3rd window this month. I want the police to take action against those bastards." Yeah, that's not happening, lady. Most of the girls scatter, but one of them is oblivious, just standing out in the open car window negotiating with the client. There you go. Really? That's something you gotta call the cops for? Whatever. I mean, I guess I understand it. It is destruction of property, but at the same time, really? Today we're hosting an appointment. Yeah, I don't have an officer. A maid saw a husband pushing his wheelchair-bound wife down the stairs. I don't understand why he did it. They seem so in love with each other. I'm gonna guess that's a false alarm. I don't have anyone to send to you. Really, that was actually a homicide. You guys suck.
More testing in progress.
During a screening of the film Crazy Arms, the elderly man shot a couple who were kissing in the next row. The theater manager called the police and reports that the offender has ordered everyone in the audience to remain seated and demanded that the movie continue. For the love of God, can we get some new... I'm saying there's not enough... Yeah, I don't have enough enough frames. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough frames to continue this, but it keeps acting like, well, nope, we found everything that there is to find. Sure. Let's take $1,000. Oh, no, did I just say 10,000? Oh, fuck me, sideways. What? Are you kidding me? We had SWAT? Oh, my God, that is horseshit. Oh, I actually get to play poker? Interesting. All right. Yeah, nothing that's going to help me right now. Oh, crap. Damn it. Oh, sweet. Oh, thank God. Nah, I'm not playing. I'm not playing Queen 3. The next card out to Queen. Okay, nah. Yeah, I made the right call. I'm sitting with a pair. Sitting with a pocket pair and nothing on the flop. And I just pull trips. Raise it a little bit. Try and get him to fall, to kind of come in with me. No pair. Trips. That's how you do it. It's not garbage. Let me see the flop. That's 200. I'm up. I'll call 2. Nah, I'm not playing. I'm not playing 4 Queen 5. Wait, what did I pull there? 5 6. Nah. Not enough 5 6. I'm gonna cash out and leave. That's fun, but yeah, I'm not gonna call 5 6. I'm not gonna call $900 on 5 6. Especially when we're this close to getting all the cash we need. Alright, oh, shut up. That we're calling in 2 of the employees who initiated the complaint. The controversial artist Drew Bogdanovich got himself drunk and is now staggering down the street naked carrying a revolver. That's just funny. Wait, what shift are we on? We're on shift A right now? Yeah, B needs people.
$412.
The manager gave one of the laborers a hard time for being late. The man became furious, grabbed a captive bolt pistol, and started chasing the manager around the slaughterhouse. Mr. Boyd, I own a garage here in town. I'd rather not mention the name. The situation is this. One of my clients badly needs a very large amount of high-octane motor fuel, but this gentleman is wanted by the law, and you can't just fill up a whole tanker at the local gas station. I know the police fleet uses the right kind of fuel. I'd like to exchange your supply for an alternative we can give you. It'll suit your cars just fine. You won't have any problems, and probably won't even notice the difference. And, of course, I'll pay you. I just want to get the cash done. $45,000. We're getting there. We're getting there. Like I said, probably a bad move, but really, you couldn't chase down one naked guy? That's a very odd sentence, but I stand by it.
412.
And I lost a rank 600 officer. Really? Or a Valor, whatever the hell it's called.
412A in progress.
Group of slender girls were giggling as they watched a fat middle-aged lady performing pirouettes. She broke down and attacked the foolish girls. The dance studio owner sounded terrified on the phone. I'm afraid she'll break all the mirrors. Jack, the sewers are overflowing in several places. We've lost handle on the problem, and we're literally drowning in shit. So far, we've managed to isolate the problem to the ghetto, but the pressure to the pipes is building up. Unless you send some men to help with the repairs, an ocean of shit will flood Freeburg. This is going to be dirty work, and your men aren't going to like it. But the mayor's office gave us a small fund to cover emergencies. You can give them a bonus if you need. The city needs its heroes. Go, crap officers, go. Crap officers, and they're going to be dealing with crap. That's kind of funny. Two men with baseball bats came into the arcade room and began smashing all the machines. Gambling is Satan's game, roared the man. The cashier thought he saw a revolver in one man's belt.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Foster.
412A in progress.
There you guys go. You caught the officer. I'm proud of you.
211 in progress.
Chief, we didn't study at the academy, blah, blah, blah. Next time somebody else can save the world, I'm going to go wash up. I stink from head to toe. $4,000.
I was trying to raise 10.
212 complete. 113A.
Thank God. Alright, you guys handled it on your own. You didn't need me. An elderly male couple are complaining about the kids in their neighborhood. It's the fourth time this month they've written the word "I'm not saying that" on our garage. We know it's only kids, but how many more times do we have to paint over it? Yes, I know in that situation I would have been quoting, but given the rules and everything on YouTube, I'd rather not chance it. I've probably said some stuff in this series that, again, I probably should have gone, should I have said it even if I'm quoting it? Again, just rules on YouTube. Just gotta be careful.
1111B in progress.
Witnesses complain of a suspicious man in a hoodie who regularly hangs out in the park. He appears at night, always at the same place, and sells drugs to passers-by. His customers look as suspicious as the seller. A local high school is enjoying a recent crime spree. Somebody needs to go down there and give a talk about drugs and the dangerous hard life of criminals. Don't keep the children waiting. Why are we doing this at pretty much 11 at night? I'm the only one who thinks that's an odd time to go give a "Don't do drugs, kids" speech at a school. Just me. And again, pictures with a baseball bat. As far as we know, he didn't have a baseball bat. No new frames. Again, we don't have enough to... No? Yeah, again, I'm not sure. So like I said, I still can't figure out the order of those frames. Oh, that's cool. And we'll just delay the paperwork. Probably shouldn't be doing that when I'm under investigation, but oh well. Hearing Mayor Rogers pocketed snow machine money, Indian Festival of Colors in the suburbs, passenger aircraft suffers engine failure, but pilot lands safely. Yeah, I gotta get... That one's a strategic move. I gotta get her at a higher rank to be anywhere near useful.
More testing in progress.
A man in a raincoat and a mask entered the school, unsheathed his sword, and started killing anyone who got in his way. The police were called by the headmaster, who has barricaded himself in his office. There's a real nutcase on the loose. I saw him cut down 2 boys and the PE teacher who tried to stop him.
10-11 in progress.
Why am I not surprised? Mr. Norris reported an explosion on the street. I was making a sandwich in the kitchen and I heard a deafening roar. I must have thrown shrapnel everywhere. There's bound to be a lot of injured people. The Everyday Store is doing one of their bring your own cup promotions. These things typically end in brawls, so you'll need to send extra police officers for security. After we fill up the cars with the new fuel, black smoke kept belching from the exhaust pipe. It's probably nothing serious, but we thought you should know. Fantastic. Mr. Boyd, my new assistant, seriously screwed up. He's signed a long-term lease for an entire floor of Atticus Tower at a loss. The man was obviously not in his right mind. The new tenant is the owner of a beauty salon, a brunette with extraordinary skills. If you know what I mean, I can't evict her. The whole lease was completely legal, so I want you to send your ugliest men to pay her a visit. Let them explain to the young lady that beauty is a fragile thing, and once it's gone, there's no salon in the world that can help. And I don't need her fucking money. I just want to throw the cunning bitch out on the street. I'd like to help you because typically you give me a good amount of money, but I'm... Oh, son of a bitch!
10-10A in progress. 4 410C completion. Ten 11B completion.
Thought so. Man called to say he was sabotaging one of the elevators in the skyscraper. Get ready for some fireworks. I'm going to send those rich scumbags shooting straight up into the air. Then the man hung up.
In progress.
Young widow interrupted church services with some scandalous remarks. Where was your God when my husband was stabbed in the doorway of our home for a couple of bucks? Where was he then? The priest called the police and asked the woman to be taken away. She's upsetting the other parishioners. I don't understand why that's the cop's job. And I'm not going to be able to do that mission for that guy, aren't I? Really? That's an offender escaped situation? Son of a bitch!
In progress.
A woman tried on a long, luxurious fur coat and then suddenly bolted out of the store. The guard was on his dinner break, so the saleswoman called the police.
413 in progress. 911 in progress.
I was trying to raise.
I don't have anyone to send to you because everyone keeps dying. Teenage girl was trying on some expensive shoes from the latest collection. While the clerk was distracted, the girl ran out of the store without paying. All she left behind were some smelly sneakers. Hurry, the little bitch couldn't have gotten far in those heels. Okay, I don't have anyone to send to you. Not much I can do.
413 completion.
Oh, there we go. Apparently that one involved something like a werewolf.
911 completion. 417 completion.
Let's just run out the clock. Again, I will figure out what the hell that one is sometime. It's just going to be another situation where I got to look it up because it makes no goddamn sense. Alright, we'll do one more day. Truckers complain of high transport taxes. Performance art at Candy Factory. Artist defecated at chocolate. Wooden Horse Toy Store upgrades playground. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, shut up. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, make me lose more cops. That's what I need. Like federal subsidies, the city treasurer can no longer afford expensive prosthetics, disabled veterans. Okay, so it's going to be just another protest.
415 in progress.
About 100 disabled veterans are rallying outside the veterans' home. They have invited journalists to the protest and are urging. Okay, that's not my job. Shut up. I hate the mayor. A man in a Santa Claus suit, who was supposed to be part of the evening show, drank a lot of alcohol and ran straight into the midst of the festivities. The giant tree began to swing. The audience is shouting for the man to come down. The tree is about to fall over right on top of them. Merry Christmas, everyone.
214 in progress.
While Anna Cruz was walking her chihuahua, she noticed a couple climb into the public fountain and began pulling off each of her other's clothes. I wouldn't be surprised if they start having sex right there. The nerve.
in progress.
Several armed animal rights activists have raided a pet store demanding the immediate release of all prisoners. Nope, I can't just send SWAT. I think I should be able to just send SWAT, but
710B.
I didn't read that full situation, did I? Not much I can do. I don't have the officers.
415 complete.
What do you want from me?
In progress. 311B.
A 5-year-old girl went missing during a family barbecue in the countryside. I just looked for a second. She was gone. Choked the mother of the girl through tears. During Christmas marathon, a Santa Claus fight broke out involving stabbing and 4 dozen men in Santa suits. That's hilarious. I'm gonna send these two guys, but I don't have anyone else to send. Black sheep is crept into my parish for the second Sunday in a row. The villain dips his unclean fingers into the donation bowl, filling with generous offerings of our members. My people weren't able to catch a thief in time, so I'm asking you to help send our church employees that may guard the sacred chalice of the Lord like eagles, and when these eagles sink their claws in the wicked, bring him. Therefore, I wish to teach the thief a lesson. I was with you up until you said you wanted to teach him the lesson of the Old Testament, which, I didn't pay a whole hell of a lot of attention in church. But if I remember, the Old Testament was the one filled with all the smiting, was it not? An invitation-only party will be held at City Hall today with the industrial blah, 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 blah. I don't like the City Hall people, so they can fucking deal with it. And I don't have anyone to send to this armed robbery. 8 armed men dressed as superheroes burst into a bank and demanded their bags be filled with cash. 2 guards drew the service weapons, opened fire on the robbers, killing 1, wounding 2 others. Both guards were then killed, and 1 civilian has been wounded. Well, I don't have an officer, so not much I can do for you.
311B complete. 910C complete. 713 complete.
Girl just decided to play hide and seek. Oh, fuck you, game. That's what I get for trying to think of the children.
212 in progress.
Retiree Beth Folk reports that a Viking riding a unicorn is trampling the lilies of her flower beds. He's turning the whole front lawn into a muddy mess. Come over here and shoot the bastard. Okay.
11 in progress.
Vanessa Grant was returning from a party at night and heard a woman scream. She looked around the corner, saw two men tearing off a young woman's clothes. One of them then threw the victim to the ground and pinned her neck with his leg, while the other pulled her, off her pants. Yeah, let's send some officers to that. Okay, I didn't think so. What do you know? No frames.
$212 complete.
Hallucinating on anxiety medications.
$611 complete.
That's funny. When found guilty of abusing the city requires that your salary be... Ah, fuck. Alright, well, that was a fantastic day.
He's here.
Well, what are you waiting for? Jack, do you know how I managed to stay mayor for so long?
Oh, yeah, I know. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
No, Jack, it's not that. I've stayed in my position because at the very beginning of my career, I learned an important rule. If someone, anyone, friend or enemy, if they want something bad enough, you can hook them with it.
I know just what you mean.
What does Jack Boyd want? A good pension? Doubtful. $500,000. I think that whole nonsense is a myth. The others might think that you just want a paltry sum of money and you'll walk away. I think... No, I'm sure of it. You want what you've always wanted. To remain the chief of police. And only I can give that to you. You are to lead a special operation against Chaffee. I want your team to come down like a hammer on his stinking restaurant. I want you to personally be there and stand in front of the cameras. And I want this fairy shot during his arrest. 12 bullets at least. I want to see his mutilated body all over the airwaves. I expect a perfectly planned operation. And if you keep me happy, you'll keep your job for another 1.5 years. I think we have an agreement, huh?
Not 1.5 years, Mr. Rogers. For the rest of my life.
You think you can dictate terms, Jack?
Yeah. Because if someone wants something bad enough, you can hook them with it. I think we have an agreement.
You know, I still can't figure out why Jack wants to be police chief for the rest of his life, because it seems like, you know, he's like overdosing on anxiety medication. It seems like really he's just kind of hates life. Well, on the other hand, you know, I love that this game really doesn't have a good guy. Like, Jack, in all honesty, is kind of a piece of shit, but I really like that. I like that everyone's just kind of a bad person. It makes it feel real. Either way, guys, we're going to close here. Thanks for watching. As always, Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links, all that stuff is down in the description below. Like, comment, you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Gels. Something Game Channel. I'm out.